To some extent, our approach and our positioning in the market is very different than majority of the NBFCs. It is just, it's a matter. We were, I think, so a little bit lucky. We raised all our capital in July of 2017. ILNFS happened in September of 2000. Sorry, July of 2018. ILNFS happened in September of 2018. In the midst of massive liquidity crisis, we were the only NBFC which was sitting on cash of almost 950 crores. In spite of that, we started our business only, restarted this new business in April of 2019, and we are just completing our first year. Our entire portfolio is less than our equity capital. We don't have any leverage. And in period of these 2 years, we have built one, we are dedicated to SME and micro SME businesses in India, which obviously will be hurt, very badly in a post-COVID situation. But within that, we are a deeply specialized 8 sector, roughly around 38 subsector, technology and digitized scorecard origination collection driven business. So we are a combination. We are a new generation fintech with a very large capital base to start with. So I will tell about what we are doing, and I'll then speak about generally what industry should be doing. First and foremost, we think that given our current position and our ability to restart very quickly because we don't have any leverage on the balance sheet, we think this is a time for us to re-strategize and think that how do we go back and serve the small and micro businesses with more rigor and more vigor post-COVID, because quite a large number of our sector customers would require additional working capital facilities just to survive. So we have recently launched a Sanjeevani program under which we are now creating a program wherein we can digitally lend during COVID period for essential commodities and services. We also think that this is a time of opportunity in some form of a consolidation in the industry, because NBFCs would go through a massive number of consolidation would happen, because large number of mid-size and small NBFCs would go below their required capital adequacy. As Mr. Mahapatra said, that liquidity would become very challenging. Equity capital issuance for a small and mid-size NBFC would not evaporate, but would be for a limited period of time, it would come to a complete halt. So that's broadly what we are thinking. But I don't think so that we are a right barometer of how other NBFCs have to do and function. Is just because majority of the mid-size NBFCs, and I'm not talking about some few AAA and large corporate NBFCs, majority of the mid-size and small NBFCs would suffer serious problem of asset liability mismatches, would suffer serious problem of capital adequacy. But having said that, there will be a new normal which would emerge. I think so the market would start differentiating between COVID-related impact on the balance sheet and non-COVID related impact of the balance sheet. I'm not sure how that would be done and how NBFCs would be transparent or not, but predominantly lenders and rating agency would differentiate between what is the one-time COVID related impact and what is the normalization curve, and in that who are better one who can lead the play and role. And in that, those NBFCs who have an heart and soul and who deeply understand a customer segment and have a problem solving attitude, they will do fairly well. So unless NBFCs exist because they are there to solve a segment or a customer related problem, which otherwise broad based platforms like banks and diversified NBFC can't do that. So if you are true to that statement, and if you go back and you work really hard, I think so some of those would come out well. But broadly, I think so this would there'll be a massive churn which would come in play. I agree with Mr. Mahapatra. A lot many things would change, and people have to be ready for that.